Hello, everyone. As the title would suggest, we are going to be vaping some new Inawera flavors. I know I've mentioned many times that Inawera has pissed me off because they keep reformulating everything. But I'm not going to lie, they do still have good flavors. And I don't know. Leilani gave me most of these, so I blame her. And then Bull City Flavors also carried a couple of them as well. So I figured I might as well grab them when I was placing an order for something else. So pretty much like if a company comes up with new flavors, more than likely I'm going to buy them. So we have quite a few to go over. I did end up purchasing 2 additional flavors after the fact. But honestly, we already have like 6 or 7 flavors here as it is. And I don't want this video to be ridiculously long. Doesn't mean that it's not going to be, but I'm trying to aim for it not to be ridiculously long. So I figured 6 was fine. And the one doesn't really smell all that great. Is Wonder Waffle flavors. One of which did not work at all. It was vile, but I think it was the other flavor that I was mixing it, or flavors I was mixing it with, because I did it in another mix and it was fantastic. So I do think it'll be good by itself, but I have not tried it by itself. I haven't tried any of these by themselves. Going off of smell, most of them smell pretty good. The only one that doesn't smell great to me is the Wonder Waffle, but I'm not a huge fan of maple. Even in real life, I'm not a huge fan of maple. And it does have that inherent quality to it. I don't know why flavor companies insist on adding maple to all of their pancake and waffle flavors. I personally would rather just have the base by itself, and then I can add maple to it if that's what I want. Because not everyone eats waffles and pancakes with syrup. I mean, most people do, I would argue. But every now and then, sometimes you don't want maple. Maybe you want fruit or something else. So, anyway, happy Easter to those in chat. I'm not blatantly ignoring you. It's just when I'm actually talking, it's hard to do chat and talk at the same time, which is why I'm on live shows with other people. I tend to be quiet because I'm usually in chat. Anyway, so that's that. I do have the new Wonder flavors, but I got them Friday, so it wasn't a whole lot of time to prepare to do something like this for those today. Plus, I've had these Inaweras for at least probably 2-3 weeks sitting, and I don't want them to sit too long because, you know, I want to see what they're like relatively fresh. I know it's kind of past that point, but I don't know. I didn't want to wait too long is basically the point of all that. Anyway, so we have Pair of Pears. We're going to start off with that. What did I mix these at? I mixed them, I think there's not a whole lot of information about these flavors because obviously they're new. So I had very little information to go off of like where to start as far as percentages go. I'm trying to see. Hopefully I saved them somewhere. Okay. So Lime, Monster, and Pair of Pears, I both mixed at 0.66%. Why, I don't know. I'm guessing it was half of whatever was on ELR. That's generally what I do. It's a very odd amount, and I almost dripped the concentrate. That would have been great. I want to have the concentrates near me, because in the past when I've done this, trying to be all ahead of the game, and then I end up having to add flavoring because it's not strong enough, and then I can't find them. So I have them sitting next to each other, but now I have to make sure I don't drip them by themselves, because I don't know if you've ever dripped concentrate by itself. It's not good. I can't even, like, some people, like I know Wayne does, they can just taste the concentrate by itself. If I do that, it's horrible. I think it is because I'm so sensitive. Like, I'd have to dilute it and then do that. But yeah, it's not good when you vape it by itself. A pair of pears, 0.66%. So it's kind of like 0.75%. And I don't like their regular pear all that much because it's too earthy. So my go-to pear is, what is it? I like TFA pear. Oh, and I like Wonder Flavors pear. I think Wonder Flavors would be my go-to because it's a little bit earthy, but not too earthy. Yeah, 2/3. I literally just woke up. I don't know what my deal is. Yesterday I woke up super late. Like, it was just before noon, and that's the same happened today. I woke up just before noon, which in the past hasn't been crazy, but lately, for a while, I've been waking up at like at least 10 or 11, even on my days off. I think it's because maybe I'm working from home so much now, and I wake up at 11. I don't know. I will say this pair of pears is definitely not super earthy the way that the regular pear is. It's more along the lines of the Wonder Flavors pear, where it's a little bit earthy, but it's got that nice inner part of the pear as well. I don't know if that's called the flesh. I know it's not a technical term, but the inside part. This is the Icon. When I'm usually when I'm testing flavors, I use the Icon, only because I'm very familiar with the RDA and I have 4 of them. It makes it easier for everything to be consistent. Otherwise, I'd have to be using different RDAs, which are going to have like a lot of different results. So yeah, it's the Icon. I try to stay pretty low percentage wise and make sure that this is the right resistance. Yeah, it was about right. I try to stay at 0.30. It doesn't always happen, but I more so go by voltage. I found that 2.8, which is very low, 2.8 volts usually is where I'm at. Yeah, the Icon RDA, it's maybe 2 years old. The coil is a Clapton of some sort. I think it's this one right here. It's from Lightning Vapes. No, that's nichrome. I didn't use nichrome. I can't use nichrome because I have a nickel allergy. So I found that I don't like using it. I think I use this one. This 36 Canthal, 26 fused Clapton. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about this stuff. But I always use Lightning Vapes Claptons of some sort. So there we go. Anyway. So yeah, the pair of pears. I don't know what it's a pair of. I mean, it's a clever little name, but I don't know. Maybe it's like 2 different types of pear. I would imagine that's what it means. I am not an expert on pear. It's not one of my favorite fruits to eat. So I don't know what different types it would be. We typically have like 1 or 2 different types of pear where I live. You can see if they have any description, but Inawera is not great at having descriptions. Sometimes they don't have anything at all. So I'm on their site now, and it lists like your regular, what I would consider a regular pear, which is like the greenish yellow one, and then next to it, it has like a reddish one. It just says it's from 2 different types of pear, sweet juiciness from one, and the light dryness from the other. 2 to 5% is what they recommend. At 0.66, I maybe could go up to 1%. So for you guys, it'd probably be 2%, which is what they say, 2 to 5%. So it's pretty accurate. I would say it's probably on par with most of their flavors, especially their fruits. So yeah, it's pretty good. I still personally prefer the ripe pear from Wonder Flavors slightly. I don't know why. I think it's because it's a little bit more wet and like juicier than this one. This one's not what I would consider dry, but it's more dry than Wonder Flavors is. But it's not a bad flavor by any means. So if you don't have access to the Wonder Flavors pear or you want a different pear, you could pick this up and I think you would be fine. All right, so Pair of Pears was good. I'm going to switch our cotton. What do we want to do next? Do you guys have a preference? We have Forest Ice Cream, Wonder Waffle. I want to do the waffle last, though, because of that maple note. Lime Monster, Cake Emperor, and Mango Tango. I'm thinking of doing mango next because it kind of seems like it would be a transitional fruit flavor. But I'll wait like a little bit while I prepare this RDA. And if you guys don't see anything, that's what I'm going to do. So I went bowling yesterday, and I went last week. I've been going pretty much every week now. And that shit will make you sore as hell, especially when you're not used to bowling. Like prior to the last couple months, I haven't been bowling in over a decade. I'm not very good at it. I'm okay, but I'm not very good at it. Getting better, but I bowl really weirdly, and I think that's why. Because it's really only in my left leg that's really hurting me. So I'm guessing like because I do tend to go like to one side or the other. I don't know. It's a thing. I haven't been shooting in a couple of weeks. I always go with my brother, but he had something going on last week, and then I don't know what happened yesterday. I figure with it being Easter, I don't even know if they'd be open. I figured if he'd want to go, he would say something. So, plus with bowling, and for some reason shooting makes me sore too. Maybe it's just because I'm doing something and I don't typically do anything. I don't know, but shooting does make me sore. Not as sore as bowling, but I think it's just because I get so tense when I'm shooting. And you do have to kind of stand weird. At least I do. I don't know if I'm doing that wrong too, but maybe. All right, so we're going to do Mango Tango. What did I mix this at? Mix this at 1.5%, which is a bit high for me typically with Inawera. But some of their flavors are weaker, and you have to bump them up. Just like pretty much any brand, I feel like most brands at least have that one or a couple flavors you have to bump up because they're a little weaker. Now, Mango and Tango is supposed to be mango, pineapple, and guava. I'm not a huge expert, or an expert at all, at guava flavors. I don't even think I've ever had a guava in real life, so I don't know how authentic it's going to be to that. I have had mango and obviously pineapple. The guava thing is a bit obscure. When I smell it, I get a lot of the pineapple. Don't get a whole lot of mango. Flavor-wise, I don't know if I used it too high. It's not as flavorful as I was expecting. Yeah, it's very muted. I'm thinking on a 1.5 might have been too high. But taste-wise, I mainly get pineapple, but it also could be that it's because why can't I talk? I get mainly pineapple, but I think it's because that's the fruit I'm most familiar with. Like, I've had mango, but I'm not like, it's not something I eat regularly, mainly because we just don't get it that much where I live. I live in Ohio, and our fruit diversity is not diverse. I will say, similar to the pear, but actually worse, absolutely hate Inawera's mango, like the regular mango. But this one I do like, so I don't know if they used the same mango base as they used in the other one. If they did, they either used it at a percentage that works a lot better, or the other flavors either mask it or help it. Because this flavor, I do like. I'm going to share a recipe I used with it that it works really well in. If I can find it. Ironically, it has guava in it as well, so you might not even need the extra guava. It's based off of an e-liquid by 1UP Vapor called Orgasm. And essentially it's supposed to be peach. I used apricot, guava, watermelon, and mango. But it's pretty good. I like it. You can also use peach in place of apricot because that's what you're supposed to use. And you could also use just a regular mango instead of mango tango if you don't have this flavor yet. But yeah, I think 1.5 is too high for me. I probably have to back it down to 1 because at this point, because if you don't know, sometimes if you over flavor something, it can actually mute it. And it's hard to explain how you know what it's like, which reason it is being muted by. I don't even know. Did that make any sense at all? Sometimes it's hard to tell why it's muting, whether it's because it's too low a flavor or too high a flavor. For me, I've been mixing so long, I can generally tell because there is a slight difference in taste for me between whether it's just muted or I mixed it too high. It's also the combination of just knowing that typically I'm not mixing Inawera at 1.5%, so more than likely it's because it's too high. I'd have to mess with it more. So that might be something I have to revisit. I don't think we have time to be. We're only 2 flavors in, and like I think I've been doing this for like a half an hour. So moving on. The flavor though I think is good. Definitely. I haven't heard anybody say that they haven't liked that flavor. Even picky people such as myself, they've liked it. So I would say that if you like mango or tropical flavorings, it'd be something to grab. And that one is at Bull City Flavors, as you can see by the little label. Probably couldn't see that quickly, but just trust me, it's a label and it has Bull City Flavors on it. And if you use Mix and Vixens, you can get 6% off your order. And I actually think, I'm pretty sure they're doing a sale this weekend because it's Easter. I'll find you that coupon in a minute. I think it probably ends today, so you'd have to like get on it. And they also, I do believe, have the new Wonder flavors. So 2 birds, 1 stone type deal. I know for sure they have the new Flavora flavors. And of the new Flavora, the ones that I would most recommend is the marshmallow, the jammy blend or jammy berry or whatever it's called. That one's my favorite. The cola is pretty good. Melon rind, if you think you'd use it. Trying to remember all this off the top of my head, just not prudent. I don't know. If I think of any more, I'll let you know. As far as the Wonder flavors, I can't really recommend any because I haven't tried them all. Or I haven't tried any because I just got them like a day ago. All right, so we're going to move on to, I want to do forest ice cream just because like it smells really good. And I've been wanting to try this one since I got it. This one, I think I mixed up 1% maybe. Yeah, 1%. And in case you didn't know, ELR has this new feature that after you put in the flavoring, it automatically generates like the average mixed percentage. So it makes it easier. You don't have to look up like, oh, like what are most people mixing this at? It doesn't work for every single flavor for some reason. I don't know why. I'm guessing because some flavors don't have enough data to make that percentage generate. I don't know. But it's nice that you don't have to think about it. And for me, I'm usually half of whatever number it generates. All right, so forest ice cream is supposed to be like a forest berry ice cream. Forest berries are like strawberry, blueberry, I think. I don't know. We'll look in a minute. I think I mixed this one too high too. It's a little perfumey. Not unpleasant, but it's bordering unpleasant. It's like almost soapy. But I think it's because I mixed it too high. I'm guessing there's going to be blueberry in it because that's the thing that tends to be perfumey or soapy. All right, so forest cream says 3% on their website. It doesn't say what it is, but there's picture of raspberry, blueberry, strawberry, something else. I can't tell what the hell that thing is. Maybe, oh, that might be the ice cream part. I don't know. There's like these big balls like in the middle of it, but it's like hidden by like all the other fruit and then the forest ice cream name. But I can't really see what the hell it is. So it's either like a peach or something like that, or balls of ice cream. Let's look at this one, see if it has any description. All right, this one looks a little bit better. I can kind of see what it is. I think that is the ice cream. Looks more of like a sherbet or sorbet, whatever. All right, so at least this one has a description. Imagine a cup of mouth-watering ice cream in front of you, and now try a spoonful. Do you notice the smell of fruits mixed with a delicate hint of creamy sweetness? No, but I did notice that there's like no real description here. It says main flavor notes are forest fruits and culotta. I don't get any culotta at all. Maybe that's the note I don't like. I don't know. But forest fruits, I wish they would have specified what. Because a lot of people, I would imagine, don't know off the top of their head what the hell would be considered a forest fruit. I guess berries would be more accurate to say. I don't know, but forest fruits sound more exotic. So just Googling it briefly. I mean, it's, your strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, blackberry. So I guess it's what it is. And then supposedly cream and culotta. I get zero culotta, and I'm pretty sensitive to cooling agents. I'm not mad at that, though, because I generally hate cooling agents. It just reminds me of cough drops. So at least I'm not getting a whole lot of that. But what I am getting is soapiness, which isn't ideal. And it has been steeping for, like I said, let me see if it tells me on ELR when I did this. So April 8th is when I input everything. So it would have been around the 8th, which is quite a while ago. So if it were going to steep out, more than likely it would have done that by now. So I either mixed it too high or it's soapy. I don't know. This one is a little bit disappointing, to be honest. Because going by the smell, it smells really good. But vaping it, it's not translating very well. We might see if we have time at the end to maybe try to dilute this. It's not going to be like a perfect dilution, but try to dilute it to where we can kind of see maybe if it is just over-flavored. STS. Cream is great. Anyway, we're going to move on to Cake Emperor. This is another one that smelled very good. Hopefully it won't disappoint as much as the other one did. I think cakes are a little bit more forgiving. So the thing about blueberry, it can go perfumey or soapy pretty easily, whereas cakes and like bakery, I think the only real thing you can really have happen with them is maybe they get too yeasty, but cakes generally don't do that. It's usually donuts that do that. As you can see, if you watched the noted I was last on, where we covered donuts, most were terrible. Like absolutely horrific. All right, I wouldn't say even horrific, just not good. And it was ironic that like the two flavors that I wasn't really expecting anything from ended up being some of the better ones. All right, Cake Emperor by Inawera. This one, I don't remember what the hell it's supposed to be. You have to remember this is a Polish company, so I'm sure that they have a lot of things that I've never heard of, even though I am Polish. Don't tell anyone. So sometimes they have names and stuff that are just completely obscure. I don't know. This might be one of them. I think it's just supposed to be like a fruity cake. Cheesecake with a noticeably fruity taste. 3 to 5%. Let's try this other one. This one has no notes whatsoever. It's $5 on DIY Vapor Supply. Hi, Blue. Bye, Blue. Let's see what it says here. Here comes His Majesty, the King of all capes, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is so stupid. They surround his enlightened sweetness and majestic fruitness. Absolute ruler of dessert flavors. Long live His Emperor's Highness. Are they taking notes from flavor arts descriptions? Because this is really lame. Main flavorsome notes are blueberry plum cake with a touch of honey. Okay, that's all I needed. I didn't need all that other crap. Thank you very much. Speaking of majesties and stuff, new Game of Thrones was finally out. I'm not going to give any spoilers because, oh my god, I've been kind of avoiding social media because, like, I hate spoilers unless I'm looking for them. So I'm not going to give anything away just in case people aren't caught up. It's literally from like a week ago. But people were complaining about it. They said not enough happened. And it's like, you can't have every single thing happen the first episode back. Like, otherwise, the rest of the season's like nothing. I personally was pleased with it. But I love Game of Thrones, so probably a little bit biased. It has been like forever. Somebody said 2 years. Has it been 2 years since the I don't think it's been 2 years since the last half of a season or whatever it was. If it has, like, I'll be shocked because it doesn't feel like it's been 2 years. Anyway, Cake Emperor. This one I did 1.25%. And they suggest 3 to 5%. So hopefully I didn't overflavor this one too. I also got shortbread and purple blush after this initial batch of things. So I haven't mixed those up, but I also did get those. Now, I do like Inawera's honey. Most honeys are kind of gross, but theirs is pretty good. Flavor Arts is good, but you have to use it very low. I mean, pretty much all of them you have to use low. Flavora's is good. I don't know if I've tried Vape Trains yet. I have. I just haven't tried it yet. Okay, so this one I do like. It's a little bit floral from the blueberry, but not as bad as the forest cream. And the bakery cake creamy note is really nice. It's like a buttery, so I'm guessing it'd be like a yellow cake. Or it says it's kind of like a cheesecake. Might have a touch of that, but it's not very strong. Maybe a hint of cheesecake. I don't know. I mainly get like a yellow cake with a cream and a little bit of like the blueberry fruitiness. The plum, I'm guessing if you didn't know it was there, I personally wouldn't be able to pick out that it would be a plum, but I haven't had, I don't think, one good plum vape. Not that I've had a whole lot. I think it's like a more difficult fruit to translate. August 27, 2017. So it hasn't been 2 years. It's been like a year and a couple months. Makes me feel a little bit better. Still a long ass time, don't get me wrong. But that's kind of what Game of Thrones does. But yeah, I like it. I like this Cake Emperor. I would say it's probably more of like a one-shot deal. I don't see you adding much of anything to this. Maybe a strawberry or something. But generally, I think people mostly vape this by itself. And I think the 1.25 is pretty good for me. If anything, I might bump it up to 1.5, maybe. But in general, I think it's pretty good at the percentage I did. So for you guys, the recommended 3 to 5% is probably pretty accurate unless you mix slow like I do. All right, so got 2 more left. We have Wonder Waffle and Lime Monster. Lime Monster, I think, is another cake. And Wonder Waffle is obviously a waffle. Now, what I should have done. I actually have some original Inawera left. The Inawera waffle. What I should have done is mix that same as this one, but I didn't think about it until literally just now. But from what I've heard, there's really no comparison anyway. I still have yet to try it, the Inawera waffle. I don't know. I'm just not a huge waffle vape person, mainly because they always add fucking maple syrup to everything waffle or pancake related. And again, I don't always want that. All right, so we're going to do Lime Monster next. I do like their lime, their regular lime. This one I did at, I think, 0.66%, so pretty low. Inawera Lime Monster. What is this Amaze Me flavor? That's not what I wonder if this is a new one. Looks pretty good. The picture is always deceiving though. This Amaze Me flavor is strawberry and apple, but they have like dessert pictured. I'm guessing like a strawberry apple layered cake going on the picture. The cake looks really good. Anyway, that's not what I freaking typed in though. Hello, Lady Loves Vapor, James. So Lime Monster pictures a wafer cookie, which is interesting. I don't think I've ever had a lime wafer cookie before. Not that I would be super keen to. I like the strawberry ones personally. It says cookies and lime, so it's a lime cookie. I'm very picky, specifically about cookie flavors. Cakes, not as much. But cookies, yes. For some reason, a lot of them just don't taste very good to me. My favorites so far have been the infamous Capella Sugar Cookie version 1. Is it Inawera? Might have been Vape Train. One of them has a spiced cookie that's really good. But most cookies I just find gross. Like a lot of people like Flavor Art Cookie. Do you like Flavor Art Cookie? That was loud as hell. Want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Yeah, she's just going to scream at me. That's great. Anyway. I don't like Flavor Art Cookie. I think it's the AP in it. I'm not a very... I'm not much of a fan of Pyrazine. All right, Lime Monster. This description that they're doing for these is ridiculous. Monsters do exist. Luckily, they aren't so terrifying as we could see. What? Let's take as an example Lime Monster. And then it has like some kind of Latin sounding name of unusual monster species. It's fed only with lime desserts. It's able to swallow their monstrously amounts even 3 times its weight. Apart from it, it loves a calm life, adores looking at clouds, and turn the coils. What? I'm guessing something left in translation because a lot of that is just so choppy and terrible. It's like flavor art on crack. As for this lime cookie, I am not bothered. I think it might be a little weak. So I think what we're going to do is add some to it. I'm just going to do a drop. Because these little bottles right here, they have big drops. And it's just a little muted. That's a good thing about adding. So I try to mix low. Sometimes I don't mix low enough, like with the other ones. But when you have to add, it's so much easier just to add instead of trying to figure out how to dilute it, or you have to remix it completely. It's annoying. So we just added 1 drop, which turned out to be 0.03 grams, which would be exactly double what we started with. So it would be 1.3%. So that's what we're going to end up with just by adding that 1 drop. But I also have a very tiny sample size. So, and if it still sucks, then we're just moving on. Can't be bothered. I don't think it's going to be something that I would like anyway, to be honest. I want to give it somewhat of a fair shot. I don't know. I don't really like it. It's not terrible. I just don't like citrus cookies. Like, it's not a thing I like. And in general, I just don't like citrus bakery, like, at all. The one exception, vape-wise, is the Dinner Lady, the lemon tart. That's good. But everything else, I don't like citrus and bakery together. Specifically, lemon and lime, I don't particularly like in bakery. Unless it's like a little, like, because with lemon, have like the lemon zest. Like, a touch of it in a bakery can be good, but like a predominant citrus, not really my thing. I would say if you like things like flavor art cookie or like lime cookies, you might like it. It's not terrible. I'll never use it unless we have some kind of weird profile on Mix and Vixens. I don't know. It's not for me. All right, last one. Wonder Waffle. This one is supposed to be like a waffle with nuts, creamy nuts. Like, I don't know what kind of waffle they're making. I heard it's not that great. Mind you, I don't think I've tried a waffle I've liked so far. TFA pancake is good. It does have that maple note in it. But it's good. Waffle-wise, mind you, like I said, I haven't had like a whole lot of different waffle. And if I tried the Inawera waffle, I don't remember what I felt. Like, if I did mix it, I mixed it at a weird percentage, like too high or something, because it's very strong. But I want to say I didn't. I don't know. I've had it for a long time, though. Might even be bad, but considering they don't make it anymore, I'm just going to hold on to it until I can at least try it, see what it's like. It's supposed to be like the waffle of all waffles, but there's been plenty of times where I've tried something that is so infamous and I don't like it. So I try not to give in to hype. It's hard though, especially when you're in like 10 different groups that are constantly tempting you. And especially if you find someone that you trust and you tend to like the same things and they like it, then it's like, now I have to try it. But sometimes the hype is real. For me, it's not often, but sometimes it is. All right, Wonder Waffle. What did I do this one at? I think I left it on the other page. There it is. 1%. So far, no bueno. Wait, I was going to go on for another pull, but I don't know if I want to. Okay. I don't like it, obviously. You could probably tell by the look on my face. It's chemically, and mind you, like I said, these have been steeping for weeks now. And generally, I don't have to steep many flavors these days, either because the equipment has improved so much or flavorings have improved. I don't really know which. But it's had time to calm down if it's going to calm down. It tastes, remember I was talking about acetylpyrazine and how much I don't like it? I would imagine there's a fair amount in this, and I don't like that flavor. It's like a chemically nut wannabe. Like, I like I like nuts, but I like real ones. I don't like fake ones. And this tastes like a very heavily artificial wannabe nut with like a hint of butyric acid, which I also hate. If you don't know what butyric acid tastes like, pretty much tastes like bile. That's like the nicest way to put that flavor. I don't know that I get any waffle. If I do, it's hidden very much in the back end. I don't like it. I don't know. I don't like it at all. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm trying to make this short because I know I can go like 2+ hours. Plus it's Easter. I need to start getting ready for that. Figure out when we're doing dinner and all that kind of stuff because it all needs to be done before the show tonight. So, we are still having our show tonight as far as I know. So check us out, Mix and Vixen, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing that lovely, speaking of bile, cranberry vomit looking thing. I haven't even tried mine yet. I'll probably do that now. But anyway, check us out, and I'll see you guys probably next week. I'll try to do one on Sunday. I know I've been very inconsistent with days that I've been on this channel, but since the Wonder Flavors did just come out, I'll try to do a show next Sunday to go through them. But anyway, bye.